What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and President Joe Biden just doubled down, which could be leading to more economic issues and the need for Congress to release more stimulus. This is your breaking news, Build Back Better, stimulus package, stimulus check update. There is a lot going on, you guys. I shared with you in my previous video earlier that President Joe Biden came out and shocked the world over the weekend as he said that President Vladimir Putin of Russia should not be in power anymore. He said, for God's sake, this man cannot be in power, was his exact words. And you guys, we saw the White House come and walk those words back, saying he didn't mean that. We don't want to provoke Russia. We don't want to cause another war. It's going to just impact the economy, inflation, and also could spark conflict between the nations. But you guys, take a look at this. Just coming out in the past hour, I'm not walking anything back. Biden defends his comments that Putin can't stay in power, contradicting what came out from the White House. Very passionate. They said this was off script and he just spoke from the heart. Take a look at this, you guys, how Biden's 9 unscripted words could impact the war in Ukraine, as the French president came out and said, we should not be saying things that are going to escalate issues. He's saying we're trying to de-escalate things so that way there could be peace between Ukraine and Russia. And these words are going to cause even more conflict. Now, Biden contradicts the aides, as I mentioned, the White House, and reaffirms that his call for Putin's overthrow. Here's another article that came out. Secretary of State Blinken, he had come out, other officials, they tried to walk back Biden's remarks on Putin, trying to de-escalate the situation and give clarification, but Biden makes no apologies for saying Putin cannot remain in power. And you guys, we're hearing that also people are very upset with how things are happening with inflation and the economy as a result of everything unfolding. Congress, as I mentioned, is proposing gas stimulus checks, inflation stimulus checks on a federal level for everybody in the nation to help out the economy. And we're hearing that it might be needed. This is a midterm year election as well, and Biden's approval ratings are tanking. Take a look at this, you guys. I've got some video footage for you. President Joe Biden's approval rating is one of the lowest we have seen in U.S. history. The lowest, according to Google, was Harriet Truman at 32% approval rating. Wait till you see where President Biden is at right now. I've got video footage, and also I've got the footage for you so you can hear exactly what President Biden had to say in response. Them asking him, did you mean what you said? And he's going to say, no, I meant everything. I don't take anything back. So let's take a look at the video footage. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Major big news coming out. Could we be looking at potential retaliation from Russia for these words? As we already heard, they were not happy about the statement that was said to the entire world while he was in Europe. So let's dive right in, get you caught up on the latest. A lot of video footage to share with you, breaking news coming out. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, if you appreciate the updates, keeping you up to speed on everything going on with Congress, legislation, the president, Russia, Ukraine, the pandemic, and stimulus checks, don't forget to take a quick second to smash that like button for me. Helps out the channel a ton. I appreciate it. Leave your comments. Share this out. If you want to stay up to date, totally free. I'll keep you up to speed on everything going on. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button. Turn on that notification bell. If you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. And if you're interested in learning about growing wealth and personal finance, consider joining my second channel, Steve Ram Finance. More content coming out on that channel in the month of April. Going to be sharing with you guys a lot of stuff that we've got going on that I hope is going to be a blessing to a lot of people. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in and get you caught up on the latest. And let's start off with some video footage of what it was President Joe Biden had to say today.
Do you believe what you said, that Putin can't remain in power? Or do you now regret saying that because your government has been trying to walk that back? Did your words complicate matters?
Well, you asked 3 different questions. I'll answer them all. Number 1, I'm not walking anything back. The fact of the matter is I was expressing the moral outrage I felt toward the way Putin is dealing in the actions of this man. Just brutality of it. Half the children in Ukraine. I had just come from being with those families. And so, but I want to make it clear, I wasn't then, nor am I now, articulating a policy change. I was expressing the moral outrage that I feel, and I make no apologies for it.
Personal feelings?
My personal feelings. Secondly, you asked me about, well, what was the second part?
Complicate the diplomacy of this moment.
No, I don't think it does. You know, the fact is that we're in a situation where What complicates the situation at the moment is the escalatory efforts of Putin to continue to engage in carnage, the kind of behavior that makes the whole world say, "My God, what is this man doing?" That's what complicates things a great deal, and but I don't think it complicates it at all.
Mr. President.
Let me go to Steve Holland, Reuters.
Mr. President, thank you. When you say that you're not walking anything back, you do feel that Vladimir Putin should be removed from power? Is that what you're saying? And
no, what I was expressing just what I said. I was expressing the moral outrage I felt towards this man. I wasn't articulating a policy change, and I think that he continues on this course that he's on. He is going to become a pariah worldwide, and who knows what he becomes at home in terms of support.
So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So, as we mentioned, this could potentially spark war if Russia wants to retaliate. This is likely not going to be de-escalating things with Ukraine and Russia. And also, this could have impacts on the entire globe and economies. If things continue, as we've heard, it's going to spark more inflation, more increased gas prices, supply chain issues. Things are likely going to be prices are going to go up, and they're likely going to stay up for quite some time. Now, I'll keep you up to date on that, and I'll keep you up to date on Congress's response to that. And as I mentioned to you guys previously in other videos, Congress right now, Democrats are trying to get something done because things are not looking good for them and the president. The president's approval ratings are incredibly low, the lowest of his presidency, almost one of the lowest we've seen in U.S. history. And historically, during midterm elections, if the president is not doing good, neither is going to be his party. We're hearing that if they want to stay in power, they're going to have to show the American people they can get stuff done. They're going to have to do it quick because those elections are coming up in November, and they don't have a whole lot of time. So they're working away right now, and I shared with you in my last video, to get something done with Build Back Better, stimulus packages, and maybe even stimulus checks. But now, just to let you know where things stand with President Biden, his approval rating, what people think about the economy, the war, and everything going on, take a look at this video footage.
Steve Kornacki, COVID is basically the bright spot in this poll. Pretty much everywhere else, the president's struggling, and the war's not helping him either. Take us inside the numbers.
Yeah, a couple interesting developments there. I mean, obviously, you're talking about the situation in Ukraine. Another question we asked here is just the basic approve, disapprove of Biden's handling of the situation with Russia, Ukraine. There it is, 41% approve on that. That's pretty much matching his overall job approval rating, which, as you said, sits now at 40%. So what's keeping his numbers so low here overall? Interestingly, COVID, as you say, it's not dragging him down like it was in the last few polls. Right now, Biden back above 50% approval for his handling of COVID. Compare that to our most recent poll back in January. He was at 44% then. Cases are down. We've seen masks, restrictions starting to ease here. So those numbers may be ticking back up for Biden, but not bringing up his overall approval rating. And I think a lot of that has to do with this, the economy. And what you see here is we've been asking this question on Joe Biden's handling of the economy, his entire presidency. If you go back to the beginning, he actually had a above water 52% approval rating, and you could see how it has just ticked down poll after poll throughout his presidency. In January, he fell below 40 for the first time. And now in our most recent poll, look at this, down to a 33% approval rating for Biden on the economy. It's nearly 2-to-1 disapprove on the economy. So these numbers have just been getting worse and worse for Biden. And when you ask folks what is on their mind, what they think the top issue is facing the country right now, look, there is a lot of attention on the Russia-Ukraine war. There are a lot of folks who are following that closely, but it's not number one and it's not number two. Number one and number two you see right here. It's the cost of living, it's jobs and the economy. Those are the two issues at the forefront of most voters' minds here, at least a plurality here. So you look at Biden's numbers on the economy, you look at what's on voters' mind, and I think you start to see the recipe there for that poll standing. And then here's one more, I think just an interesting way of asking this. We asked in this poll, hey, let's stipulate both of these things are important, the economy, that war with Russia and Ukraine. But which one do you voters think should be Joe Biden's top priority as president? Helping to reduce inflation and improve the economy, 68%. Helping to end the Russia-Ukraine war, more than 2-to-1, saying focus on those domestic economic issues first.
So there you have it, you guys. 2-to-1. People are saying focus on local domestic issues, deal with the economy, help people out. We've got inflation, high costs Really hard to make it right now, people are saying. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and if President Joe Biden released some stimulus checks, do you think that would help? We heard that that was the #1 provision out of all pandemic provisions to help fight against poverty at this time. Now, I'll keep you up to date here on the channel, let you know anything that unfolds. But you guys, that is the latest. A lot coming out today, breaking news. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Helps out my channel a ton. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, totally free, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. If you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. And with that being said, you guys, once again, thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.